The Moon Goddess event ended just last week, and I don't know about you, but my servants are still stuffing dumplings like it's going out of style. Come on, please guys, I need more! I need more! At times like these, it's imperative that you know how to use the servants in your midst, and today, we're going to talk about it. Welcome, fellow masters, my name is Musaki from Chaldea Gurus, and this is How to Set Up Your Team, Quick Edition. Oh! There are a few things you'll need to know before setting up your team with quick cards in mind. Star weight, star drop rate, and servant cards. What's star weight? Star weight is what determines who gets critical stars and exactly how much. Servants with low star weight will get a low amount of stars, maybe even none, while servants with high star weight will be eating those stars like the coveted special dumplings. Certain classes of servants have higher weights than others. For example, riders and archers usually have the highest amount of star weight, with berserkers usually getting the lowest. What about star drop rate? This one's a bit easier. This value represents how many stars a servant generates when they attack. The higher the drop rate, the more stars they create. Assassins are the king of stars, producing the most of all the classes. They also tend to have a lot more quick cards than other classes, meaning it'll be easier for you to get a quick chain combo and an additional 10 plus stars just for having it. Servant cards? You mean how I attack? Speaking of cards, how do you find out exactly how many cards a servant has? Quite simple. When you look at your servants, tap and hold on the servant that you want. Another screen will appear with all the information on the servant. The type of noble phantasm they have, voice lines, bits of their history if you have the bond level, and most importantly, their card selection. Each servant has 5 cards that get shuffled together every turn. So let's say you have these servants here. If you can add up their cards, you'll have 9 quick cards, 3 arts cards, and 3 buster cards. With that many quick cards, there'll nary be a moment where there's a fault in your stars. Since you have 15 cards in total for your servants, if you really want to get into the nitty gritty for it, you can also use that to predict what cards you would get for a certain turn, or how likely it is to get a certain combination. No quick cards, no quick combos. Why does any of this even matter? Well, critical attacks increase damage times 2 and increases noble phantasm gain. Putting together all this information will be beneficial in making the best team you can. On the subject of teams, this leads directly to team composition. With all the elements of the equation at our disposal, it's time to solve the team setup problem. There are a few ways to set up your team with quick cards in mind. You can go more toward critical star generation, amassing a ton of stars and make all of your attacks hit like a truck, or the star absorption route. This setup involves a star generator, a star absorber, and what I call the enforcer. Here's an example of a star generation team. Hassan of the Cursed Arm, Assassin. Medusa, Rider. Jinkei, Assassin. Hassan's body is made of stars, unknown to end but known to every battle. Seriously, he has a high star drop rate. His skills literally create stars, has evasion, and can increase critical strength. For a 2-star, he fits the theme great. Jinkei, despite being a bit tougher to get, also fits pretty well. With Hassan and Jinkei together, you'll have the star power to win the day. Okay, that was pretty bad. Yes, it was! Finally, Medusa has great support skills and also a high absorption rate. She'll gladly gobble up the stars that Hassan and Jinkei create, and together, they'll take down any enemy. As for the reserves, you have a few options. Personally, I enjoy having Hans Christian Andersen. He may be a caster, but he has an interesting skill selection that actually makes him a natural fit on a quick team with critical focus. Be aware that he has 3 art cards, so this may mess up your card combinations. Sasaki Kojiro is another excellent backup. Jinkei does what he does better, however, for a 1-star, he covers a lot of what you need. Evasion, the ability to slice through any defenses, and are able to remove any mental debuffs. His noble phantasm also creates a load of stars. Truly, the savior of France is the hero we deserve. Lastly, in case Medusa goes down, Ishiwa Kamaru will make a fitting replacement. The greatest general in all Japan boasts a lot of worthwhile skills and has a great absorption rate. She'll fit in just nicely in case our Gorgon goes down. Now you may have noticed that I've tried not to pick any servant over a 3-star rarity. That was on purpose. This team can be made relatively by anyone if they wish to see the power of it. A servant's power is not linked directly to their rarity, so try not to underestimate them. However, we do have another team comp that I gave an ominous tone to. Okay, jeez. For a hard-hitting team, try this out, if you have the servants. Alexander, Rider. Lancelot, Berserker. Jinkei, Assassin. Aside from Jinkei, who is too good not to use here, we have Alexander III as our rider choice. Even in his younger form, Alexander is quite strong of a rider, boasting with charisma and a high absorption rate. His noble phantasm also creates a decent amount of stars, so you'll have the power to take down your foes. Lancelot's a pretty unique berserker. Even though he has a low star weight and not so much of a star drop rate, he literally has 2 skills that increase those exact things. It's kind of amazing. The best use of this is using his noble phantasm with protection of the spirits active, and you'll easily get 30 stars minimum. For backup, Marie Antoinette fits the bill well. She provides quick cards, is very good at healing, and can survive for quite a while. Plus, being a rider, she'll inhale those stars like Kirby. Atalanta also provides some great all-around support for your quick team, boosting all quick card effectiveness for the entire team, creating stars at a large rate, especially with her noble phantasm. If you were lucky enough to get Gilgamesh, despite his 3 buster cards, he works in critical teams as well. I would place him in the spot that Lancelot fills. Now, a few servants are hard to get, so if you don't have any of these, I use one of them as a support and replace the others with some of my other suggestions. Remember, these are only guidelines and examples, not rules that must be followed. We hope now that you've learned just a bit about... Oh, looks like we forgot about craft essences. Well, I'll go more in depth for that next time. That's it for today's lesson. What did you guys think? Show us your teams in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Musaki from Chaldea Gurus, and class has been dismissed.